This video is a quick tutorial on photo selection for Venus Battle in IDOLY Pride. So Venus Battle is a lot more complicated than regular lives, because stage effects, which I'm going to go over briefly, will significantly influence your choice of photos. So I'm also not really going to talk about my team composition. Team composition for Venus Battle is an entirely separate issue that can get very, very complicated and requires a very thorough understanding of unit skills and how they work, which is a video or essay unto itself. So quick hit on the stage buffs. So we can see that there's a 1.5 times stamina multiplier, a regular mental, SP multiplier is 2.0, A skill multiplier is 1.5. So that tells us right off the bat that we're going to be dealing with higher stamina costs, and winning the SPs is going to be absolutely vital to winning a versus match against an opponent. Also, the stage buff here says that 2 people, when any of your units are in a critical up state, 2 of your units with highest vocals get 9 levels of vocal boost. So photo selection is going to influence that. So this team, I want to focus the stage buff on Ray in lane 2, and it's automatically going to go on Rio because she self-buffs her vocals. So first start out with photo and accessory selection for Rio. As is standard for most live battles, go with stamina accessories. In some cases you can go with crit, but stamina is generally the safe choice. You can occasionally go with crit if you know you're going to have 95% or higher stamina at the SP or other key skills. So, let's see. I have a crit up photo for Rio, which is a unique, has max visual, really, really good to put on her because her SP scales with stamina, so she also recovers stamina on her own, so if she activates that skill, it's going to help her SP hit harder. And just selecting my standard score photos, high crit score, SP score bonuses. Now for Ray, photo selection is going to be a little different because she's a double A score, a double A skill type unit. I really want to focus on high stamina on her photos, so I am going to, instead of selecting critical score, I'm going to have stamina as a required attribute on all of her photos. And I'm just going to start filling in based on that. So I want to get as high stamina as possible. So I'm checking to see my photos, which of them have the highest values. And looks like this one. And I'll have to pick base. This one's a 33, 34, 33. I'll go with this one. Also has crit score, which is nice. So I haven't done the calculations yet on how much stamina she's going to consume if she gets all of these skills off, but it should be enough, I think, to get skill priority over most opponents, especially when she gets the skill rate up buff from Sumire plus the stage buff. I'm going to ensure that Ray has the second highest dance on the unit, so the stage buff goes onto her. I'm probably just going to leave accessories, rather photos, blank on Sumire. She's existing there to debuff the opposing lane in lane 4, so the opposing SP just doesn't hit as hard. Again, accessories and photos are not super important on I here. She just exists to trigger the stage buff and enhance the SP for Rio. So I'll do photos on her last. Haruko here is my debuff guard unit. She is going to be pretty important for preventing Mei cheese in lane 5 or attempted Mei cheese in lane 2, which hopefully just the fact that Ray has decently high stats should block, but you never know. So Haruko also is going to get plus stamina. I have a unique photo on her that enhances crit here, which is really nice. So this gives 20% crit before the SP. Really, really good thing to have. Other than that, I'm just going to fill in high stamina photos for her. I've got some pretty good ones for that. And if I can get one that has crit score 2, all the better. I'll go with this one. It has slightly higher crit score. And last eye photos, I'll just fill in leftovers for her. Against an opponent who's using really trying to focus their stage buff on lane 1, as in far left. If it's a double A unit, she's not going to get any skills off, most likely. If it's a CT30 single A skill unit, she'll get the last one off. I'm just checking my photos, ensuring everything looks good. Well, max stats. And then Sumire stays empty because she's just there to debuff. So, I'm just going to check whether I want to enhance any of these skills. Might buff this up a little so I can get a little more. Not that important. Haruko's passive here. This restores stamina for the 2 score types, and this gives a score up boost to adjacent units, but Sumire exists once again just to debuff the opposing SP, so don't really need score up on her. Yeah, I'm just gonna fire this team off now. I think it'll do decently well. Let's see. I mean, it helps that I massively outlevel this opponent, so their chances of beating me are close to 0, but you never know. Yeah. Need to refresh. See, I'm just gonna go blast this team off and smack this guy. Easy day, easy win. What I'll probably do is go back on the skill replay and check how my stamina measures at key points. But might as well just include that in the video so people know to do this. So I can see that Ray's starting out at 14,537 stamina. She doesn't get any healing, I don't think, so first skill, passive activates, drops to 14,351. And if you didn't know, stamina factors into skill priority according to a step function. So once you drop below 95% stamina, your skill priority in a versus match starts to decrease. So 14,165, the first A skill. The first and the third, really the third is the most important, because that's leading up to Ryo's SP. Okay, so 13,516 at the third A skill. Now I need to math that out for what percentage stamina that is compared to her total. Okay, what is Ryo at? Well, she's drained a lot of stamina by this point, which is kind of not good. Probably means I need to level up Haruko's passive a little bit more so she can recover more stamina for Ryo. Because I actually kind of lucked out that I got this SP here, because your skill priority drops off a cliff once you start going below 66% stamina. I'm just going to check when did my debuff activate on the opponent's SP. Okay. The debuff should still be active at this time. I think it's okay. They didn't hit very hard anyway. And I'm going to check my vocal stat. I'm pretty sure it's max stacks at this point, but Always helps to be sure. Just checking combo. Okay, I's passive lasts a little over 40 beats, so I had a few beats to spare there. I'm just gonna check how her Rio's stamina is measuring up against the activation on Haruko's passive. Okay, so yeah. My unique photo activated right at this point, so the unique photo might be a better choice for a lane 4 SP build. It's kind of hard to recover the stamina in between the activation point of that photo, which is it's a 60 CT photo. So right around here at 120 beats, you can see Rio's stamina just get chunked because she has the self debuff from her A skill on, and Haruko's stamina recovery passive is still on cooldown. So yeah, I could consider upping Sumire's stats. See if she could try to overpower the opposing SP with some of the buffs, but it's just something to think about later.